Hi. Well, y'all, I was just sitting there looking at my phone, and then all of a sudden I go, it's 7 o'clock. I'm late. So, we'll let y'all pop on in here. I'll finish getting myself together.
If you're visiting Pigeon...
And I'm going to do this one on. How's everybody doing today? We're going to make a little box dinner tonight. Nothing fancy, nothing special, but we're going to spice it up a little bit. We're just going to add a few things in there. Dinner time. And we'll send this one to going. Here we are. That way everybody can come in and say hello. Hello, Jody Bright. Here we go. So, I know that you all call this hamburger helper, but I'm making it with turkey. I'm actually going to double and make 2 pounds of meat with my little box meal. This is potato stroganoff. So let me get this to browning. I think these boxes have gotten smaller. Not this box, but this box. Because there don't seem to be as much in there. And I want enough for some leftovers. So, that's what we're going to do. And this was turkey, 85% lean. That one right there has to be all white meat because there ain't nothing in it. You can tell that's got some dark meat in it, but this right here is nice and clear. All right, let me get my pan to going. I'll be able to come over and read what you're saying in a minute. I'll put that on about a 6. Let me spray my canola oil. And I'll dump that in. Dump that. Woo! We don't want to eat the paper. I don't think we want to eat paper. Let me just wrench my hands off right here. Hopefully y'all had a great day. Now that that is browning, I wanted to say just a little prayer for everybody in Texas and hopefully everybody at home. And so we're just going to pause for just a second here. Dear Lord, we thank you for allowing us to be here today. We hope you take this food and bless it to the nourishment of our bodies. Please be with everyone out there in social media land following here today, and hope everyone is blessed. We especially say a prayer for everyone in Texas and everyone dealing with flooding and those families that are suffering for some loss. We ask this in your name, amen. Now, we can do our business. We pray that everyone is making it through as best they can. Let me go ahead and grab some things here that we're going to need. Again, I thought I had some time. I was just sitting there. And I said, I don't have any more time. I hate that thing right there. There's something in here. Keeps that from closing the way it's supposed to. Chicken broth. It might not be any good. I'm going to let y'all wonder why I'm getting these strawberries out. If y'all wonder. Hello, Ruthie. Got what I needed right here. Strawberry glaze. Y'all ready to make something good? All right. So I told y'all earlier, for those of you who are with us, I like to make things just a little bit different. So in my potato stroganoff, we're going to add some mushrooms. I've got an onion here. So we're gonna have mushrooms, onions added into it. I want me a cutting board. We wash these off. Get me a plate. For those of you with me this morning, I didn't have plates. Well, guess what? I got them now. If you were with us on the TikTok. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so I've got to get these things to rolling here. I want to watch a show that I've been watching. I'm gonna make cabbage to go with it. I'm gonna use this little pot. Now, some of y'all are with me on this and some of y'all are not. If you're having some heart issues, skip this part with your cabbage. But I'm going to drop a few pieces of fat back in here. Little streaks. Thank y'all for hitting those hearts and likes and all that stuff. We're just going to hang out here and talk. Some of y'all might have seen my Amazon Prime post. If we have time, we'll go through that and y'all can see what I found. I found something else that I needed. This other stuff I didn't really need, but then I saw it and wanted it. And I added it in my cart for the past couple of weeks because I said, if they have a deal on this stuff, I want to see what the price drops to. Well, this morning I woke up and they had it already there on a markdown. I said, well, I got to get it today because my cart was up to like $700, but I got it for $3. So I had a good deal on some of this stuff, and I've been saving money. I had been trying to get it all together so that I'd be ready for Prime Day. Got a new tripod so I can work on it. I'm just going to cut this off right here so I get down to the crispiness. I guess I will. Better get me a better knife. I don't know if I got a better one or not. Anyway, I had a few things I wanted to get. I'll let the rabbits have the rest of that. Well, that flew everywhere, didn't it? I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess, y'all. Now, y'all know I love raw cabbage. I'm going to eat it just like that. Just taking that little part off there that got a little darker into why it sat into. If you're with me, that's where I made that cabbage soup from. So this has been in there a hot minute. It was ready to be used. Maybe I'll just put all that back in that bag right there. So I found the stuff. And I don't know why. Maybe y'all have this problem too. Phone chargers. Had one in the cars, had one in the bedroom, had one out here. For some reason they all get gone on us. That is so good. This will be our healthy option for the night. And I don't care what the cabbage looks like. It's going to cook down to almost nothing. And that'll be good. Take those little pieces right there. That'd be so good with some salt and pepper. You know? All right, let me check on my meat. See what we got here. We'll use that. I don't like to use the metal spoons, but that would have made it a whole lot easier, I think. Just gonna put a little bit of salt on our meat. I'll put some pepper. To help us out here. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic powder. Give it some flavoring. Oh, can't forget about a little dash of cayenne. There we go. That's gonna be good. Jet 2 Holiday. I'm not sure what that is. Hello, Zachariah. You're missing the dinner tonight. So in my cabbage, I really like to put a little piece of onion. So we're going to do that. I'm going to set that to the side. These mushrooms, y'all can see them. This one's a little bigger, so I'm going to do it more than a quarter. Just going to do it more like a third, if you will. That prime stuff, I ordered it this morning. I guess it was like 10:30, something like that. Wouldn't you know, it was sitting on my doorstep when I got home from my errands today. I thought, that's how they're going to put some of them big stores out of business, to get you something that day. And some of this stuff that I've ordered recently, it does get here, usually by 10 is what they say. Arriving by 10. And I think that's good. How did they have it stored right over here in Knoxville? You know? How'd they figure out somebody's going to be wanting this? It's the strangest thing. Let me check on that fat meat. You know, this turkey's not going to make a lot of juice, so that all kind of sealed together there, so I couldn't go break it apart like I wanted to. Our little thing that squishes it around, I don't know what happened to it. I think they told me it broke. So this is going to have a lot more meat than we're used to having, but that's because I'm going to stretch this out and let that keep doing its thing. Mary Parker, thanks for popping on in today. Severe weather Wednesday, low threat. So just got that popped across my phone on the First Alert Weather app. But it's amazing they get this stuff over here. If we have time, we'll go through what I got today. Look at these peaches. They're so excited. That's going in my lunch tomorrow. I might take a peach and an apple. What do y'all think? I'll show y'all what I like to do. If you didn't know this about me, most of y'all know. All right, so we're going to take that, and I do this in almost like a slaw, but this is not going to be a mayonnaise slaw. We've got some olive oil, Just a dab. I've got this Tiger seasoning. We're going to dab a little bit of that on there. That's some good stuff, y'all. And we're going to put a little bit of black pepper. The TikTokers can call this the new TikTok recipe. Then they'll say, where'd I get that idea from? We're going to mix it around. Just dab it. And eat it raw. Other than that little bit of olive oil, you virtually have no calories. If you don't have Tiger seasoning, just put you some salt. And don't forget your pepper if you like pepper. If you're like me and you like pepper, whoa, whoa, whoa. Mm-hmm. I can make a meal off of that, and I have. I thought about putting this in a pot. Maybe I should have. But we'll see what happens here. We're getting it all put together. I like to leave it in hunks. You can tell where that dark meat turkey was. Still, by the looks of it. It's going to be okay though. For those of you who want to cut some fat or something, why don't you go ahead and put you some beef broth in here with this turkey. And you're going to have you something good. And then see if your significant other knows what you did. They might not. Just sweating a little bit of that fat out. That's going to be our seasoning for our cabbage over there. I wanted to get some squash. But then I said, I needed to cook that. So, we're cooking it tonight, aren't we? If I keep eating this stuff, I won't want anything by the time dinner gets here. Let's see what we're supposed to do. 2 cups of hot water. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't boil water to put in there. If I've got it in here, I'll put a little bit of liquid smoke. There we go. Y'all know I use this a lot when I use my turkey stuff. That'll just give it a little smoky flavor. But I find that these packets like this seem to have enough flavor in it that we really don't need any more. So there's our seasoning. And see, that's what I'm talking about. They don't give you much of that, do they? So it's 2 cups of hot water and 1 1/4 cups of 2% milk. Well, There's about to be our hot water. That's got something in it. I don't know what that is. All right, we'll do that again. I don't know what that was. We'll just be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. All right. All right, there we go. Maybe y'all can remind me how much milk we're supposed to have. 1 1/4 cup. I actually had the 2% milk today. All right, so we're gonna bring that to a boil. I'm gonna get those fat pieces out of there. Just put a paper towel in the plate, and then we'll get our cabbage boiling. That'll give me something else to snack on while we're just sitting here. All right. Let's see the easiest way to do this, I think. So I'll move this over. Y'all know cabbage produces its own water, so we're not going to put very much water in here. And you think you're putting a lot, but it'll cook down to almost nothing. For those of you who are new visiting with me, I sure do appreciate it. Sometimes we make up our own rules around here too now. All right. Just put a little bit of water in the bottom. Really enough to make it steam. And then we'll watch it to make sure that it doesn't boil over. All right, some of y'all are gonna say, no, no, no. Crushed red pepper flakes. Just a few. And our Tiger seasoning. Again, Tiger seasoning, it's good on so much stuff, but I really like it on cabbage and cucumbers. All right. And get my bag back out so I can put our trash in it. I gotta make me a lunch for tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a ham and cheese sandwich is what we're gonna have. Cut that little piece right there off. There we go. All right. When I make the hamburger helper, I do like for it to be just a little chunky. So I'll leave those a little bit bigger for that purpose. And I'll just spread that around, get it to cooking, give it some oomph. I'm gonna take about a fourth, if you will. And hunk it again. That's for that hamburger helper. See, I didn't hunk that one as much. And the rest of this is going to go in our cabbage. I think it gives a good flavor to put onion and cabbage. And it's white on white, so you don't even know what you're getting. It's all good. It's all good. that hunk right there, I'm saving just for my sandwich I'm gonna make later. Or my salad. Probably my salad. We'll make a sandwich and a salad for our lunch tomorrow. Put that in, let it come to a boil. And if I had, mind you, if I had a bouillon cube, that would go in it too. But we don't. So we'll do without. All right, we'll put this in. Those mushrooms. We got to get our package in there. I did put a smidge more water, but that was it. My pan's about too big, but we're gonna make it work. So, that is cooking up nicely. I can smell it. Smell that garlic that I put on that meat. So you notice you just kind of let it do its thing, let it sit and simmer. Pushing all those mushrooms and onions down. And then I got to get my potatoes in. Now I think for you low carbers, if you didn't put these potatoes in, you wouldn't miss them. But we're going to put it in so we got a little bit of a carb. Ain't no more than a potato chip potato. Let me see if I can steal a potato chip bag. No, we don't have much potato chips there. Here we go. We'll put a little bit more. They had sour cream and onion back there, but we're not going to do that. I guess we could if we give it a little bit more flavor, wouldn't it? All right, so we'll twist that around a little bit more. Get them down in there. Let them get rehydrated. And this is how we're going to stretch that one box meal over a couple of meals to go. If you don't see me on Thursday night, you know what happened. I'm still eating Hamburger Helper. I like leftovers. Some people don't. My daddy does not like a leftover. He'll be like, that's all we got? All right. So I'm going to clean off this board. Find my bowl that I want to put. I used all my mushrooms, didn't I? That would have been good on my salad. That bowl's a little too big for a salad. It's not going to fit where I want it to fit. I don't know what that's going to do. Stuff winds up in the most random places and you're like, can't find it. Y'all hang on, I'll be right with you. I know I need one of those. Oh, y'all have to just get down here. figure it out? I had it all organized where everything nested correctly together. But I think I'm the only one that does that. So then you can't find what you're looking for. I guess I'll have to use this one bar right here. I don't know where the flat ones are. There are some flat ones that fit better. Did y'all miss me? I found it. There are some flat ones that fit better in my lunchbox. Let's see if it'll fit. I don't think I've ever used one of these round ones. I think I can get that in there. My little lunchbox. All right, that can go back. Let me find the salad stuff. Here we go. That'll be good tomorrow when it's hot out. There we go. And there goes my little piece of onion. A red onion, you know, would be better. All right, I have a few tomatoes. Those came off of my bush out there. If y'all wanted to know. I believe I'll have a few pieces of cheese in here. Hey, Aaron, I got butter. I thought I saw cheese with you. I don't have any shredded. Might have to make sure. I won't make it out of that. Well, that don't look no way. I don't think the rat can want that. I'll have to put that on my list to get me a hunk of cheese. That'll be okay. I might pop in one of those stores tomorrow. That can go just like that. Let me twist this around a little bit. Or stir it, whatever y'all want to call it. I call it twisting around. I didn't drain the juice out of it because there was none to drain. For those of you who might want to know about that. Okay? So all that's cooking very nicely. And the potatoes are already soft. Good flavor, really good flavor. All right, so we'll put this in a couple of carrots. I got these. That'll be good too. Saving that stuff for the rabbits. All right, there's my salad for tomorrow. Finish this. Nothing like that is good. You ever think that's how they come up with stuff? Trying out different flavors and seeing if it works or didn't. See what date it's on that. 8:25. We can use some Black Forest ham. We'll just use all this for my sandwich. What we close. That is steaming up nicely. If you wanted this just a little thicker or something, you could add in some heavy cream or some sour cream would actually be really good. Just making sure all of it got a little bit of that stroganoff flavor, you know? A little bit of salt. Just a smidge. We can always add more later, and I want a little bit more garlic powder. Put that down into it too. So now all that's left is my salad. And then what we're going to do with them strawberries. I'll save my fork. So if you saw my egg dance, scramble, scramble, scramble. I should not need this knife. I do need the knife. Sorry. Let me wipe this down. This next thing, I know that I don't want any of the rest of that mixed up with what I'm about to make here. I'm getting tired. About ready to go to bed. What's your bedtime? You gotta tell me, what is your bedtime? I'm gonna turn this on down, on a low. This is looking really good to me. I got this non-stick fan. Somebody scraped it. They used metal on it, so it sticks a little bit. Okay. That's still got water in it, so it's steaming nicely. Let me get my sandwich. Keto bread. That's what we're gonna use. I'm gonna do it down here, so yeah, that's dry. If that bread gets soggy, you know it'll be no good tomorrow. You'll be like, man, I can't eat this sandwich. I might stop by the farmer's market. Let's see how this tastes. It's a little chewy. So I had this one, the keto bread, and then I've got this one, Carbonate. This has one carb and this has none, supposedly, if they've told me their stuff right. And I tried these this pepperoni pizza crisp. Ain't none of that either. That's some good stuff. All right, you gotta have mayonnaise, don't we? I went back to that bread though. You're kidding me. Oh, I knew I had something. We were about to have a Kyle didn't do that. It's craft, but it's gonna work. All right, that's gonna be good. Put that down. How would y'all have felt if I didn't have any mayonnaise? Y'all would have thought that I was a sin bringing me to church. Not today. I might need to go to church today. Not out of mayonnaise. Oh, that's a lot. We'll start with a little smaller dab. And I do it with my spoon so I can do it just like that. And I can fan it across the whole thing there. I ain't gonna want any of this food I've made. Get the corner, pull it down, pull it across. Across. That's how my grandma used to say it. Instead of across, across. All right, we're done with that. We got it going on, don't we? We finished that bread. Mama said she used to make a sandwich with just mayonnaise. And that was her after sandwich. And she made it with saltine crackers. I said, well, I just want Paula to make Georgia cracker salad. This is just Black Forest ham. Carolina Pride. All that stuff that Carolina Pride makes is real good. For those of you who don't know, we took this trash out earlier and I believe we're about to have to take it out again. Okay, so we'll put that over. I still don't want to do that, so it'll be a whole sandwich tomorrow. Sometimes I cut it in half. There we go. Now, let's see how we fit this in here. I'm gonna make it work. There we go. So we need gonna bust on the floor on us. We need a ranch. Okay, we got us some ranch. There we go. And a bottle of water. So lunch is ready to go. Now, there we go. We're ready for lunch. Y'all ready to work on the grand finale? Strawberries, strawberry glaze, and I got a pie crust. We're gonna make us a strawberry pie. I'm gonna wash all these while I'm here. All right. My friends. Tina, you're back. Just get these things off. Let me get that bag back. Them rabbits, there's something out there. And I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a miniature strawberry to me. And they sit out there and they graze on that thing for hours unless you bother them. So they'll have something tonight to munch on if they come up here to the house. They live back there somewhere. Flippin' Pie's gonna take all this stuff, but all these strawberries, but I think I have to have just one. Do you have to have just one? I'll take a little one. Any of y'all that have Google Home, let me know what makes them noises back there. I often wonder if Zach's doing something on his phone because it's connected to his. These right here, they're going to be riper. That'll be fine. Maybe they'll be sweeter. That one was a little on the bitter side. But it was good if you were wanting a strawberry. You ever said a strawberry instead of a strawberry? Okay, here we go. Easy peasy peasy, easy peasy peasy. That can go, that can go. This is not rocket science, my friends. Other than if I wanted to eat it tonight, I should have done this last night because it'd be a whole lot better the next day. But I'm taking a regular graham cracker crust. This is a 9-inch. We'll cut just a little slither in this gel packet here. Just want to taste it. Tastes good to me. All right. I know some of y'all are going to take this and put it in the doesn't hurt to try a little bit more, does it? You probably put it in a bowl and then do it. Well, we're not going to do all that today. We'll smooth that out a little bit. This will be just fine. All right, there we go. And we're going to slice. With our egg slicer. Slicing them right up. So I like to make mine a little bigger, but if you wanted them to be smaller, you just run it through twice. And then they come out a little more like that. But I like mine to have a little hump to it. Okay? So all we're going to do, it might be cool if we put a piece of this and a piece of that. I'll do one more small one right there. Okay, we'll put some more. Just enough to get a good little layer going there. You know what I'm saying? because this next layer is pretty much going to be our final layer of the. I got my finger on that little pinch. It's going to not bleed, but it's going to do one of them bubble up things. Okay, and got the little bit of my strawberry pies. There we go, like that, and we're going to pretty much put the rest of this on there. About another half of the bag. It'll be okay. It's gonna be okay, my friends. Smooth her out again. See? I'm getting them layering. My mom used to make this and I thought it was the best thing. All right, this is it. The last of our strawberries. And we'll have us a strawberry pie. Just in time at 7:54. We're gonna run over just a little bit tonight. And I didn't get to show y'all what I had on Prime. But I imagine y'all seen a phone charger before, haven't you? I could just leave those, getting a little full later. I could just leave a few of those pieces. For us to munch on. That might be good on my salad tomorrow that I took so much effort to get into. I'll do it one more time because this little area over here looks like it just needs a little few pieces. Here and there. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think that's going to be enough. All right, the rest of this. On to our pie. There we go. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I'm about ready for some music. See, by the time we cut it and get those juices to flowing, it's all going to be covered there. See what I'm saying? Who doesn't want just a little fresh strawberry mixed in? I licked that finger, not that one now. When y'all go tell the roommates, I licked it. I used the opposite finger. Now, just a smidge of sugar. Just a smidge. Just like that. We don't want everybody to get a diabetic attack. Just helps it just a little bit there. All right, my dinner's looking good over there. All right, so here's our pie. I've got regular old whipped topping. I guess I could use that same spoon. I go try my food out at 7:57. Y'all can get the idea what we're gonna do here on this pie. Might not double all of this on there. I don't know. It's just gonna be some Cool Whip. Oh, it thawed out good. I was worried it wasn't thawed out yet. We could have made one ourselves. Made our own Cool Whip. We could have. But I decided to do it this way today. All right, we don't need all of it. There we go. Don't that look pretty? And how about and do it like that? I was trying to make it look pretty. That didn't want to work out very well, did it? Man, I'm having a time. There we go. That's it. There's our strawberry pie. And I got one of these to eat for myself. We're done. Minus getting the stuff back in the refrigerator. It needs to go. What do y'all think? It was a strawberry glaze. Someone's asking what was the red gel. It was a strawberry glaze. Now this, you could eat it right now if you wanted to, but I'm just going to tell you, it'll be a whole lot better tomorrow. Let's see what we got on here. Grab everything you need. Granulated sugar, cream cheese, room temp, vanilla extract, whipped topping, fresh blueberries. It didn't tell us what we were making. I guess it's going to be a cheesecake. That's what it sounded like to me. So we'll put the cover on. Like that. And we're good, aren't we? There we are. We got our strawberry pie. Who wants delivery? I'm not going to be able to deliver tonight. All right, there we go. Fit right in there. There we go. Okay. Throw this in the trash. This and this is trash. And my friends, it's time for us to have our dinner. Y'all want to see what we whipped up? With hardly no effort. Deliver to you tomorrow. All right, here we go. Get me a plate. This looks good. It's just juicy enough. I smell that turkey. I know some of y'all turned your nose up. I had to tell some lady the other day said you're ruining it when you put that in there. But I had to remind her that I don't eat a lot of beef because of some allergies, some medical stuff I got going on. And she said, oh. Did y'all see that thing that I about bought today before I saw the price? Oh my word. I tell, well, that would look a whole lot neater on the counter than what we got. We don't need 500 spoons under most circumstances. There we go. Dinner is served. I don't have asthma, I've got psoriasis. And we did a little bit of research and we found psoriasis is not good for certain things. Beef can be bad for almost anything. All right, y'all, so here we go. That has to cool down for me. So while I've already got you here, what's for dinner? This is beef stroganoff, a tabletop meal, a box meal. Oh, I forgot about something else I bought. All right, so I got a new tripod. So if you had to see my operation in here, the tripod is on top of a bar stool, and it's just up there. So I got a new tripod. This was on sale today on the Amazon. That's heavy, so that sucker's gonna be good. All right. If you're like me, you can never find your phones, your charger. All right, so I got a premium charger cable, data sync high-speed charging, Type C, so I can charge this device that you all are on down here. There's supposed to be another one. Oh, here it goes. There's the iPhone. 10-foot cables. Like the old telephone, I can walk around the whole living room. And then I bought myself a toy. This is a GoPro. So the next time I want to ride one of those racing roller coasters or something like that, I'm going to strap it to my body. The strap did not come yet. These are my new toys. This is just for functional every day. This is, will make y'all some better videos. Well, there we go. I ordered that this morning, and it was at the doorstep when I got home from hanging out with my friends. All right, put that away. That drawer, I wish it was 3 times the size that it is. I'll use that fork so we're not messing anything else up. We can turn that off, turn that off. Sorry for those of y'all missing Andy. But here we go. You see we've got those mushrooms have cooked down. Great flavor. I got that garlicky taste for those of you who like garlic. What is a he gambit? Yeah, all that stuff over there is for the boat this weekend. Got that little piece of fat black flavor. There we go. So, we're gonna go. I want some black pepper. I think that's what was in this one. I'm gonna go sit down, finish my dinner, and then I gotta put this away. Cool Whip is so good. do like to make it myself. Y'all know it's going to be a whole lot better. This is to reduce fat, so that's going to help us with that situation. All right, I'm going to sit down and eat my dinner. My friends up there, hit that like as much as you want to. Y'all hit your like button. It's going to be helpful. And I'm going to see y'all Thursday. At least I plan on Thursday. Thursday will be coming, I hope. So, we'll see you all soon on the flip side.